Episode 373, Celebrations and Challenges. It was common knowledge that both the Stedman family and the Clifton family had each suffered their biggest setback in recent years. Since the death of his son, Chris, Art had asked for a long leave of absence, and Jessup had been leaving everything to his son Rufus. Whenever Rufus was uncertain about anything, he would ask Alex for help. In the far north of Canada, Tyson stood up, shaking ice and snow from his clothing. 6 men stood behind him, all dressed in black. "Congratulations. You have officially completed the training," one of the men said. Tyson nodded and turned to look at the sky, where a helicopter was approaching. Once it landed, Tyson got in and looked at the man sitting next to him. "I was expecting Luther," Tyson said. "Where is he?" The man began to speak and then ground to a halt, not sure how to break the news. "What happened?" Tyson demanded. "Luther is dead," the man said, his shoulders slumping. "Alex killed him." "Oh?" Tyson asked, no change in his expression. He looked out at the snow below them. "Death is merely part of life. It's of no consequence." Luther's death would unsettle the Blood Brothers, but for Tyson, Luther was simply one of many gang members. His loss meant nothing. "Sir, we must do something about Alex," the man said. "He defeated everyone we sent to deal with him, and he threatened—" He paused, reluctant to say anything that would make Tyson angry. "Spit it out," Tyson said. "Alex threatened you," the man said, clearly angry. "He has publicly challenged you. And with you being away in seclusion, some people are claiming that you've been hiding because you're afraid of him. The reputation of the entire Blood Brothers gang is at stake." "Alex is nothing," Tyson scoffed. "Yes, he killed some members of the Blood Brothers, but he's just a security guard. He's a nobody. How can I lower myself to fight with him? He's not worth my time." Tyson had been around for a long time, and he knew that the world was always changing. When he had been young, he had always sought out people who were above him and challenged them, trying to find his place in the world. The other man sighed. He wanted Tyson to fight, and he was growing frustrated. "Alex is standing in the way of all our plans," he said. "If we don't get rid of him, it'll ruin the reputation of the Blood Brothers. And yet every action we've taken against him has failed. No one's been able to defeat him, and everyone who tries is risking death. We need you to deal with him. He's no longer an ordinary security guard." He trailed off, shrugging. "Then what is he?" Tyson asked, forcing himself to stop gritting his teeth. He was furious that Alex had defeated so many of the Blood Brothers, but he refused to show it. "He has become the Lord of the Moon Palace," the man said. "In terms of rank, he's now your equal." "Good," Tyson said, a slow smile appearing. When he had been young, his teacher had once told him that the Moon Palace was much more important than it seemed. It wasn't well known, but it was extremely powerful. If Alex was the Lord of the Moon Palace, then Tyson could accept his challenge. The other man described how Alex had fought the gang, and Tyson listened carefully. Then he said, "Yes, I will fight Alex." Then he laughed loudly, the sound echoing in the snowy landscape. Tyson had accepted Alex's challenge to demonstrate the consequences of challenging the Blood Brothers. But it was also part of his inevitable battle with the martial arts community. Alex had already killed some of Tyson's most skilled men, but Tyson was certain of his victory. He would kill this lowly security guard, and then the martial arts community would know not to cross him. Debbie and Jessup had been spending time together in the Clifton mansion. They enjoyed each other's company, and Jessup's mood had greatly improved from spending time with his lovely granddaughter. He had loved his daughter very much, and Debbie strongly reminded him of her. Now he adored Debbie. Callisto had been joined by the other 3 moon maidens who had come to visit Alex. Once things had settled down, Alex had decided that he and Callisto would return to the Moon Palace to make sure everything was okay, and Jessup had loaned them a car for the trip. 2 weeks after Alex had left, the surviving members of the Clifton family gathered to hold a banquet. It was Cynthia's birthday, and Jessup wanted to honor her. No one in the wider community had been invited, only family. After everything that had happened, the Clifton family was more united than ever. "This is my beloved Cynthia's birthday," Jessup said, "and we're here to remember her and celebrate her life. Unfortunately, Alex can't be here with us, but I would like to propose a toast to him." Alex had been a great friend to the Clifton family, so everyone raised their glass and said, "To Alex." "We are fortunate to have such a good friend in Alex," Jessup continued. "His skill makes him one of the most powerful martial artists around." "Yes," someone called. "Why don't you put Alex in charge?" "We'll have to ask Debbie," Jessup said, laughing. "She can decide." A voice called out from beyond the room. "Do you really think Alex is the most powerful martial artist? That's a big claim." "Who's there?" Jessup asked. Everyone glared in the direction of the voice. Who had dared to arrive here uninvited? Jessup looked at the door and noted the bodyguards standing in front of it. Should he let the visitor in? What if it was someone dangerous? An old man walked in, striding confidently, and a younger man followed him. "Who are you?" Jessup asked, frowning. The old man exuded power, but Jessup was sure he had never seen him before. "When the Blood Brothers took on the martial arts community, Alex defeated them," Jessup said. "He's clearly the most powerful martial artist in the world." "Just because he killed Lee Harshaw?" the old man asked, laughing. He shook his head. "Lee was simply a soldier for the Blood Brothers, and he wasn't well known within the martial arts community. Defeating him meant nothing." "Those are big words, but you're talking nonsense," Rufus said, his face turning red with anger.